That's hot. Wow. For the first story I wanted to tell you guys this month, quiet note, for the first story I wanted to tell you guys this month, it's the first story I ever wrote. I have yet to come up for a title for this story. I might have in the past, I just don't remember it. In this story, we follow Ryan. Ryan is a young, amazing kid. He loves to play outside, he loves his family, he loves to adventure. On this one beautiful day, his family decides we should go see our grandparents. Ryan didn't want to go. Ryan wanted to stay back home and watch TV. So he asked his mom, "Can I pretty please stay home? I'm just gonna watch TV. And you guys won't even be gone that long." His mother agrees, and they leave. Ryan sits down, watches TV, but he keeps looking outside. He keeps seeing how nice it is, how beautiful it is, and he just has to. He has to be out there. He has to see and feel the nice day. So he goes into his backyard, and he has a swing set, a basketball court, even a slide. So he's enjoying it, he's having fun, but he just gets bored, he gets annoyed. It's the same thing he's played on before, over and over and over. Then he remembers, I live right next to a park. My mom will be so upset that I go over and play at the park outside. It's not that bad. So Ryan walks over to the park, plays on their giant slide, their swings, their playground, their little diggy shovel things, but yet again, he gets bored. He just thinks, I've done this before. I've played these games. It's all the same over and over and over. Then he looks over at the woods. Now that, Ryan has not played in. And he always watches Bear Grylls, Man vs. Wild, Man, Woman Wild. He watches all the survival shows. And he thinks, I can build a base just like them. I can survive in the wild. It would be so fun. So he walks on down to the woods. He looks around trying to see if there's anything that would be fun. Anything he could have for a base. And he sees it, a downed tree. He thinks to himself, that can block the wind, that can block the elements for me. That's where I'm gonna start. He clears off all the brush, all the leaves, all the little twigs, everything. And he's like, yes. Yes, finally, I can do it. Goes around looking for giant logs, sticks, anything he can use to help start building a wall for his new camp. Now, this park is a very popular park for where Ryan lives. A lot of people walk through it. So he sees a shadow and he thinks it's just one of the people walking. He doesn't think anything of it. He thinks, okay, time to get back to business. Brass tacks now. And he keeps building. Then he sees the shadow again. This time for longer. This time Ryan thinks to himself, something's not right. So he forgets about it, thinks it's nothing. He starts building his fort again. Log by log, stick by stick, weed by weed, he is building, and it is coming along. Then he hears a footstep. He hears a crinkling of leaves, a breaking twig. And he looks over. And he sees a shadow move. This time he knows something's not right. This time he knows it's not just a walker walking through. This time he knows it's a man. This time he knows it's a person. So Ryan asks him, "Hello? Anybody there?" No reply. Just silence. Ryan goes back to building his fort, trying to forget about it, trying to think, that was nothing, that's my imagination. He used to have imaginary friends, and he still does. He's building one with Captain Cook right now. He's building his fort. And he looks back out of sheer curiosity, and he sees someone looking back at him. He locks eyes with the man, and he knows, shit. He tries to play innocent. Hi, I'm Ryan. Do you know my parents? They know everybody around here. Silence is his reply. Ryan feeling anxious, nerves creeping, rising even higher than before. More than he's ever felt before. But still trying to play innocent. All right, I'm going home now. Goodbye. In the sweetest voice possible. He starts walking. And he hears the walking behind him. Ryan's heart drops straight to his stomach. He knows what this is. He's heard about it. His parents have told him, stranger danger. So the only thing he can think of in that quick second is run. So Ryan sprints, he runs, and he goes as fast as he can. But he's met with a challenge right away. A 45-degree hill that he climbed down to get to the woods. He now has to run up as fast as he can with a person behind him. With insurmountable odds against him, being younger, slower, shorter, weaker, he gets up there. He is climbing faster than the other person. He believes he can make it. And all hope he feels in his body gone in a single step. All belief he could get away vanishes. He slips. He looks back to see the man chugging up right behind him. Ryan doesn't know how he is doing this right now, but he's getting back up. He is running faster than before. He keeps sprinting. He doesn't feel his legs anymore. He doesn't feel his lungs. He doesn't feel anything but determination to run. That's what he does. He runs out of the woods, up the hill, straight back to his house. He locks the door, hides under his covers, and prays. Prays to see his family again. Prays that he wasn't followed. And what feels like an eternity to him. Every 1 second feels like 1 minute. Every minute feels like an hour. Ryan, let me in, buddy. He hears at his door. Ryan, come on, let me in. Ryan crying into his hands, scared the man's gonna come into his house. Doesn't know what to do. He keeps thinking, I'm just a kid, I'm not supposed to handle this. Where's my mom? Where's my dad? And he blacks out. He cried and heaved all the oxygen out of his lungs to the point where he just passed out in his bed under his covers. When he comes to, nobody's home. Nobody's knocking at his door. Nobody calling his name. He feels safe. He walks out of his room, falls. His slip instantly reminds him of what just happened, and he feels anxious. He feels exhausted. He feels any emotion possible that a little kid could feel. He even feels curiosity. He feels wondrous on how he would have just fallen. He's walked out of his room 1,000 times and has never fallen. 1,000,000 times. Not once a slip. But this time he does. So he looks back and he sees something. He sees his shoe. At that time, Ryan didn't know this, but he lost his shoe when he slipped on that hill. He was so coursed up with adrenaline that he didn't know he was running with only one shoe on. He didn't know that he only had one shoe on when he was in his bed. All he knew was there was someone after him. But when he saw his shoe, his world came crashing down. He knew he was in the house.